Welcome to a special episode of Discover Rhode Island. For the first time, we're not in just one city or one town.
Instead, we'll be traveling the entire state to spotlight some iconic places that are uniquely Rhode Island.
You know them and you love them, so let's get a peek behind the curtains of some true Rhode Island originals. Coming up, we'll sit down with the Nairobi team at Cardi's Furniture.
Explore a global manufacturing plant inside Kenny Manufacturing Company.
Discuss past, present, and future with the CEO of Navig Credit Union.
Grab a drink, see the sights, and get a taste of the broad menu at Tortilla Flats.
Talk to the brother-sister team who are third-generation owners of Benny's.
Discover acres and acres of fresh fruit ripe for the picking at Pippen Orchard.
Whet our appetites for fresh seafood at George's of Galilee. And see what it takes to still deliver milk door to door at Monroe Dairy. You can't say furniture anywhere in southern New England without thinking of these guys. You've seen them on TV, but never like this. Let's have a candid conversation with the Cardi brothers.
I'm Nick.
I'm Ron.
I'm Pete.
We're Nairobi. Cardi started in 1928. Nairobi comes from a small boat. When we were children, our parents bought us a small rowboat. And our great Aunt Grace decided she wanted to name the boat. So she came over one day and she took the first two letters of each of our first names. N-I for Nick, R-O for Ron, and P-E for Pete. She called it Nairope, like the rope on the boat, which tied things together. Later on in life, when we wanted to memorialize our aunt, we decided that we would Cardiize that Nairobi, and we called it Nairobi. Nairobi is the name of our in-house advertising agency and our guarantee of low Nairobi prices.
Our grandmother started as a general store in 1928. From there, what happened was it evolved into hardware, appliances, and carpeting, and ultimately furniture and mattresses. And then they moved the hardware out of the building into a separate hardware store, and then ultimately we took the appliances out and then just ended up with straight furniture. And then it evolved to today, and here we are.
We each have different roles in the company. You know, we wish we could take credit for that, but it was really our dad who set it up. He was very concerned that we keep out of each other's hair, and the one thing that happened, we don't have any hair left. So that wasn't really the issue. But Nick handles the sales team and the product. So he travels a lot, travels really all over the world, and works with the sales group. So everything you see in the store, Nick's groups handle. Ron handles the corporate side of what we do. So banking, insurance, and also building our buildings. So everything you see here that was built here, Ron's team handles. And then I handle what's left. They make me sweep the floor. So I handle the maintenance teams, but also the delivery department, so the warehousing, and have some fun with the advertising. So as we try to say it in a short way, is Nick sells it, I deliver it, Ron makes sure we get paid for it.
One of the things people may not realize about Cardi's Furniture is that we, Nick, Ron, and Pete, are here on the ground every day. We're talking with our staff, we're with our staff, we're talking to customers, we listen. We're here to make sure that we give a great value at a great price and get it to the consumer when they need it. We exist in a global economy, so our furniture comes from all over the world. We try to source as much as humanly possible in the United States and close to home. Our buyers are on the floor talking to the consumers. Our salespeople are on the floor talking to the consumers. And then it is our buyers' job to go out and buy the best possible value and bring it back so that we can make our customers happy.
We deliver 7 days a week, 7 nights a week. We deliver thousands of pieces of furniture each and every week. Our distribution center will run 24 hours a day. We deliver same day, 7 days a week. Customer comes in before 3 p.m., purchases a mattress, we can have it in their home that night. The difference with Cardi's is we actually open and prepare every product before it goes onto our trucks. Unlike some others that may just bring it to you in a box and say, here you go, we open and prepare each and every product, inspect it, make sure that it's assembled properly, disassemble it because it has to fit in the truck, blanket wrap it, bring it to the customer's home so it's ready to use. What makes Cardi unique in the industry is same-day eye delivery. It's really, really cool. What it does is eliminates the concern of someone having to be home to wait for their furniture. Our computer system will automatically text the customer at a predetermined time to let them know, hey, you need 20 minutes to get home. We'll text you, go home, meet our truck, and then they can go on their way with their day. It's wonderful service, it's something unique to Cardi's, and it really makes a difference for our customers.
The most important thing to us is family and the people that we work with and their families, because obviously that extended family is something that we need to be concerned about to make sure that when people come to work, they're happy, get the job done, and make our customers happy. Our parents taught us that if you go through life with your hand closed, then no one can put anything in and you can't obviously give anything. If you keep your hand open, then you can give something to someone else, and maybe someday when you need it, someone can give something back to you. So we are heavily involved with a variety of nonprofits. We're part of this community, so it's very important to us to make sure we give back to the community in as many ways as humanly possible.
We're a multi-generational company. We've been here since 1928. We're third generation.
Yeah, that's very interesting, Nick, in that, you know, you see families coming in and you've seen the grandmother. In fact, in many cases, I'm embarrassed to say this, but we probably delivered some of the furniture that the grandmother received, and then their children have been customers, and now they're the children's children, so it's interesting to see that.
Well, when we delivered too, they used to even feed us, so it was
That's
very
true,
nice.
we must have looked hungry.
And it was a great time, but we're still here, and as our good friend Salty would say, nobody beats Cardi's.
Nobody.
Made in America for over 100 years, Kenny Manufacturing in Warwick is a true Rhode Island original.
Kenny Manufacturing Company is a manufacturer of drapery hardware and bath products. Our company was started over 100 years ago by my great-grandfather, Charles Kenny. My father took over and took us from a small manufacturer serving local retailers to the nationwide presence we have today.
Kenny is a world-class manufacturer of value-driven, fashion-forward home products distributed to major retailers in America and worldwide.
Over 100 years of manufacturing, there's a very good likelihood that you have at least one Kenny product in your home today. If you're looking to purchase a Kenny product, you can find them at any major retailer across North America. You'll either find them in a Kenny brand or another major retailer's brand. You can also find drapery hardware and our bath products sold online.
About 1 million flat rods per month are made at the Jefferson Boulevard headquarters. A coil of steel is cut to length. Rollers form the pieces into their final shape. The next machine puts the bend in the rod. From there, an operator feeds the rods with the accessory packs to the packaging stations.
One thing about Kenny Manufacturing that most Rhode Islanders don't know is that during World War II, we didn't make any drapery hardware or bath products. We supported the war effort by making fishing kits for Navy life rafts. It really is quite a piece of history.
As Kenny moves into its second 100 years, its modern entrepreneurial spirit remains well-grounded in tradition.
My father had wonderful handwriting, and he was known for beautiful handwritten notes. And in honor of our 100th anniversary, we changed our logo to incorporate his signature. And it means a lot to all of us at Kenny because he was such a big part of our success. We ship to retailers all around North America now, but our roots are right here in Rhode Island. In fact, we've had families working here, multiple generations worked here for decades. And what I'm proudest about is how many families our company has supported over the years, how many children have been put through school.
I think there are two major reasons that Kenny's been so successful over the years. The first one is the leadership and the family. And the second one is our undying and relentless focus on our customers. You know, what keeps me walking in the building every day is the people that I get to interact with on a daily basis. You know, I'm one of the few and the proud that get to experience a bustling manufacturing environment right here in the United States.
Kenny Manufacturing is an industry leader in product development, logistics, and value-added services.
It's about the product, it's about the manufacturing, it's about the quality. And if I didn't believe in all of them, I wouldn't be here.
What we strive to do here at Kenny is focus on the customer. In fact, we have a saying, if it's good for our customer, then it's good for Kenny Manufacturing Company.
Here we are at Navig Credit Union, headquartered right here in Smithfield. Let's talk with Gary Furtado, President and CEO. Gary, great to be here. Very impressive building. And while walking through it, I couldn't help but notice some of the pictures very, very old. You guys aren't exactly new kids on the block.
Al, we're not. March 29th, next month, we'll be 100 years old, a century old. We are the oldest credit union in Rhode Island, and we are probably the 6th or 7th oldest credit union in the United States.
Very humble beginnings. I understand it started in a Catholic church, and you were there to provide financial assistance to maybe immigrant workers in the community?
I wasn't there, but the credit union was. Yes, we started at Notre Dame Parish, right on Broad Street in Central Falls. French Canadians immigrated from Canada, obviously, and in those days, some parts of society having a tough time getting banking services, so they all formed together, formed a savings society / credit union. 1995, we opened our first branch in Cumberland Hill, Cumberland. Then we expanded in other branches in other communities, moved our headquarters to Smithfield here in 2005. And then we realized that we couldn't be tied geographically to only one area when we had branches in different communities. And in April of 2007, changed our name from Credit Union Central Falls to Navig Credit Union.
You say expansion. Exactly how much?
Well, we are in 13 communities, 13 branches, and we have 64,000 members. And here we are 100 years later. 1915, we were $22,000 in assets, and here we are today, $1.5 billion in assets.
I know how committed Navigant's been in doing charitable work in the community. I've witnessed firsthand events that you've sponsored, like the Heart Ball, Little Sisters of the Poor, but you go above and beyond.
We do try, Al. Obviously, in all the communities that we're in, we sponsor all the Little League teams, we sponsor all the soccer teams, but we do some other things in the communities. A few examples, the Museum of Work and Culture in Woonsocket we're a sponsor of, big sponsor of Special Olympics here, and also public safety things. We've bought boats for the town of Cumberland, for the city of Woonsocket, and in my hometown of Warren, we've actually bought radar detectors and defibrillators for the police department. So we do try to help in every community that we're in.
So if I get caught in that speed trap, I can call you?
You can call me, yeah. It won't help, but you can call me.
So it's not about just sponsoring events when you say you're good to the community. It's perhaps educating people on basic financial issues like balancing a checkbook?
So we do almost a three-pronged approach. We send our employees, our V-Force employees, into the schools to teach banking, to teach savings, to teach credit, and to teach things like balancing a checkbook. We also are involved in the EverFi program, which is a computerized education that are in high schools. And also we do what they call a CU for reality for middle schools. The middle school student will pick a profession that they hope to be in, and we see how much money they would make in that profession, have real-world budgeting and how much they can spend their money. We have all the products that every other bank would have in mobile banking, bill pay, internet banking, but also branches with teller windows so you can walk up and transact the business right there.
Now, we know about the first 100 years, but what's Navigant's vision for the next 100?
I think it doesn't change. I think we still try to be the community partner in the communities we're in. I still think we have to do some slow and steady growth plans around Rhode Island where we go next. We'll continue to be successful in the next 100 years as long as we continue to treat our employees and our members as family and continue to be good to the communities that are good to us.
There we have it, Navig Credit Union, not just any financial institution. Local and been that way for 100 years. Great in the community and great to the people that work there. Another business Rhode Island can call its own and be very proud of. Gary, thank you.
Al, thank you very much.
Tortilla Flats is definitely a fun and unique restaurant. We are one of the, if not the oldest, Mexican restaurant in Providence and probably in the state as well.
If you're looking for amazing Mexican food, delicious drinks, and great atmosphere, then grab a seat at Tortilla Flats, where they've been serving up all three for over 40 years.
The restaurant has been here since 1973 in the same location here on the east side. The character of Tortilla Flats is definitely unique. That's something we strive for here, to be different, to be unlike the big chain restaurants. Whether you come in for lunch on your lunch break or you come in at 5 o'clock with your crew from work or on a date, it's always a fun atmosphere here. There's always a lot going on, all different kinds of people. It's a really friendly place to come.
The style and history of Tortilla Flats is certainly something to enjoy, but the great food and bar menu make it a hands-down favorite.
Our customers love us because our menu is very unique and diverse. I take a lot of influence from the New Mexico region, Santa Fe region, but then we also have some Cajun and Creole. We have fajitas, which people love. We have traditional combinations, burritos, enchiladas, tacos, and then we have a few unique different items on the menu that have been there for over 20 years that will always be there. They're not necessarily traditional Mexican, but they're very much loved by our regular customers, so that's something that will always remain the same. We have a lot of families with little kids that we love to have, and there's plenty of spots for them, and we offer a kids menu. Or if you're out on a date night, we have a great large bar section that you're welcome to eat at as well. We have over 70 tequilas to choose from. We could stock more than that, but we only choose the best. We do also have some signature drinks. We make our own sangria here. Year-round we have a red sangria, and then we have a seasonal white sangria that will change about 4 times a year. My staff is really knowledgeable about margaritas and tequila, and we have the best $6 margarita that you'll ever have. It's been that price for over 20 years. It will remain that price, and I guarantee you, you will love it.
A proud part of the Providence landscape, Tortilla Flats also promises every customer a great experience.
Our customers keep coming back to the Flats because we stand out amongst all the other restaurants in the area. We have a great staff here, a lot of longtime employees that really know and like our customers. We're always happy when they come in the door. We're happy to see them. We know what they like to eat, what they like to drink, where they want to sit. I want them to feel like they're part of our family. I want them to have a great experience, have great service and great food, and leave here happy and looking forward to the next time they come back.
What makes Benny's unique, it's a Rhode Island institution. And if you're not from Rhode Island, you haven't spent a lot of time here, you don't get the quirkiness of it.
Benny's, a truly homegrown Rhode Island original. It's that store around the corner that always seems to have it all, and it feels like they've just been there forever.
Benny's has stood the test of time because we've evolved. We've grown from one area of merchandise into another without any particular plan. We didn't sit down 50 years ago and say this is what we're going to do. We sort of absorbed what the customer and what the market told us we needed to be selling. Of course, we started in automotive as an auto supply store, but now we're a little bit of a hardware store and a toy store and a sporting goods store and an electronics store and a little bit of clothing and housewares, and it's a browser's paradise from that point of view. People can come in, they can walk around and take another turn, go down another aisle, you'll find something you didn't expect. We get asked all the time, is there really a Benny? Was there really a Benny? And Benny was our grandfather, and he started the business in 1924 with an auto supply store in downtown Providence on Fountain Street. And he quickly branched into other areas and started opening stores, more stores right after the first one in Providence, probably within 2 or 3 years. And I think in probably the 1940s there were probably 15 stores. And when he got into the 50s and 60s, it got up into the 20s. And here we are today with 32 locations in 3 states. And it's a generational thing. We're a local business. And in Rhode Island's a funny area. The families like to do what their parents have done, and they don't try to move around too much, and we've benefited from that. What I think a lot of people don't know about Benny's is the depth and breadth of assortment of a lot of areas of merchandise. For example, the toys. We think our assortment of toys is second to none.
People think that all day what I do is play with toys. And I do that to some degree, but also I'm making a lot of decisions. We try to serve a lot of people. We try to make the kids happy who only have to have the best, most popular toy going. We always try to have those toys, but we also want to make the parents happy, and we do a good job with science toys, puzzles, arts and crafts. So we try to make everybody happy. One of the things we're well known for is our bicycle selection. For boys and girls, adults, pink, blue, you name the color, we have it. We assemble all our bikes for free at Benny's, and we're very proud of that.
I think my grandfather would be very pleased with what we've done. We've kept to the basic premise, which is giving customers good service and a fair value. And he said that in his first newspaper ad, and we followed it to this day.
Apples, apples, and more apples. When it's apple picking season, Rhode Island generations know it means a trip to Pippen Orchard in Cranston.
Pippen Orchard is a 20-acre farm that is mostly fruit trees. consisting of apples, pears, peaches, nectarines. In the 60s, my father had originally rented the land until he purchased it a few years later. He had planted most of the trees that are here today, and I took over about 5 years ago, where I continue the tradition of taking care of the trees, running the farm, planting the vegetables every year. Over years, the orchard has grown, and so has the business. The original building was actually a very small chicken coop, which over time we had expanded and expanded to what it is today. Same thing with the customers. Over time, more and more people come up here to pick their own apples, buy pumpkins, buy pies. We have over 12 different varieties of apples at least, some of them including Max, Cortland's, Red Delicious, and into the newer varieties that are available today like McGowan's and Honeycrisp. There is a Rhode Island state apple. It's called the Rhode Island Greening, and it originated in Newport.
So we had to ask the expert, which apples really do make the best apple pies?
For apple pies, I always suggest mixing your varieties that go into it. Starting with the nice Cortland, because that's a harder apple, and also depending on what's available for the variety at the time.
Of course, fall is the best time to visit Pippen Orchard's charming retail store, where they feature homegrown fruits and vegetables, and their famous bakery where they make their apple pies daily.
Fall is always our favorite time of year because that's when we have the largest selection of fruits available. We also have apple pies that we make here, jams, jellies, Rhode Island honey, and of course the apple cider donuts.
With so many apples that grow each year, what does Pippen Orchard do with the excess?
Most of the apples that we grow here are either pick your own or sold in the store. We do sell apples to local businesses and Rhode Island schools as well.
One thing that really makes Pippen Orchard unique is their exceptional staff of friendly and knowledgeable employees.
I couldn't do it without the people that are working for me. They take their own time to learn about all the products that we have, as well as where they come from and how they're made. So they're very knowledgeable and very helpful. Here at Pippen Orchard, we work very hard taking care of the land. It's a labor of love, and we love so much what we do.
George's is a landmark. We have 7 different dining rooms on 2 floors. We sit on our own beach. We overlook a beautiful channel. We serve food to people right to their blankets. We have a gift shop, takeout window, a ice cream and fudge shop. In the off-season, we fire up the fire pits and the fireplaces. There's really something for everyone here. Looking for a classic Rhode Island seafood restaurant? Look no further than George's of Galilee. With a delicious menu and plenty to offer, George's roots run deep in Galilee and the waters of Narragansett. George's started in 1948 by my grandfather as a little teeny shack that was known for selling coffee to the fishermen at 5 a.m. before they went out. Then they started selling fish and chips, clam cakes and chowder, which is a Rhode Island clear broth chowder, which soon put Rhode Island chowder on the map. My father took it over in 1969 and was extremely successful in making this place a 500-seat restaurant on 2 different floors, and it's now considered a landmark, an icon, a must-see, must-do when you visit Rhode Island. And the key to George's success has always been to offer a bounty of mouth-watering dishes while still managing to change with the times. We have modernized the menu a lot over the past 10 to 20 years. We have significantly less fried food on our menu to try to cater to a healthier clientele and a younger clientele. We're boat to plate. We're one of the only restaurants that actually go from the boat directly to the restaurant, skipping the middleman. We're also trying to be as sustainable as we can. You will not see swordfish or ahi tuna on our menu because we know globally this fish stocks have collapsed and we don't want to be part of the problem. We want to be part of the solution. So some of the fish that we offer here, they're considered exotic most places, but they really come right out of the port. We have skate, tautog, bluefish, monkfish, dogfish, scup. All these fish you can catch right off the seawall here. In the summer, we offer sushi from Memorial Day to Labor Day. In the off-season, we have a lot of seasonally inspired dishes. We buy a lot of our produce, local farms. We do a lot of private parties. We have autumn wine dinners, winter wine dinners. A lot of people don't realize this, but the fall and the winter are some of the best times to have oysters. And we're fortunate enough to be one of the first places to offer a brand new oyster from a company called Bluff Hill Cove Oysters. They are coming out with a special oyster called a Gansett Point oyster, which will rival the famous Blue Point oyster from Long Island. Here at George's, our philosophy is eat fish, love life. And we try to incorporate that in everything that we do. We have been family owned and operated for over 70 years, and we're still going strong. I'm with Rob Armstrong, owner of Monroe Dairy, the last of the real milkmen. Rob, thanks for being on the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
First of all, last name is Armstrong, Monroe Dairy. How did that happen?
My grandfather bought the company.
But the dairy has been around much longer than that.
Since 1881.
Wow, that would make it way over 100 years old.
Yeah, 135.
Now, you still deliver milk door to door.
Yep.
You got to be one of the last companies to do so.
I think we are.
Do they still deliver it in glass bottles?
Yes.
Oh God, I used to love that. Why the glass bottles?
Well, milk just tastes better in glass. It's a great container for milk. It keeps it fresh, keeps it colder.
I always wondered, tell me a little bit about the process, like, you know, the milk, once it comes out of the cow, what happens?
We pick it up from the farm, and it's brought here, the raw milk. We store it in the silos. It's only there for a few hours, and then it goes from the silo into the plant where it's separated. You take the cream from the milk, you make the low-fat skim or whole milk. We process it, we pasteurize it, homogenize it, package it in the glass bottles.
What a process. All that for one bottle of milk.
Oh yeah. Milk is, it's a pretty perishable product, so if you don't handle it properly, it doesn't last that long. It's on the truck that day and delivered the following day. So that's as fresh as you can get.
It's as fresh as you can get.
Yeah.
Now, I see these Monroe trucks everywhere. How many homes do you deliver to?
Wow, we deliver to a little over 12,000 homes every week. So that's with 30 trucks on the road.
I know you deliver to homes, but do you deliver to other places like businesses or?
We do. We do a lot of businesses. We do quite a few daycares.
And what other products do you have on the truck? I understand you even deliver meat.
We do meats. We do bagels. We've got some great bakery products. We do ice cream, yogurt, frozen yogurt.
Do you do eggs?
We do eggs, fresh eggs, yeah.
Bacon?
Bacon, yeah.
Oh my God, so this really is a supermarket on wheels.
Almost, right, but most people think of us as a milk company.
As just milk, and really it's only 50% of your business.
That's only about half of our business, yeah.
So Rob, rain or snow, these trucks are on the road?
Absolutely, we're out there in all kind of weather. We're there for the customer.
There you have it, from moo to you. You can count on Monroe Dairy.
Rhode Island is a small state with a big heart. There are a lot of original Rhode Island companies we are proud to call our own. Today we got a peek inside some of the most well-known.
But still many more to explore, so be sure to join. Hey, Al. No, I wouldn't wrap the show without you. I would never do that. Okay, I'll save you some nachos. Bye. So be sure to join us next time on Discover Rhode Island.